Hello, my name is Nicola and welcome back to my channel. I blog over at thefrugalcottage.com all about budgeting, money saving, investing and lots of different things in between. And today's video is all about my budget for February. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get started. So this is my budget binder and I will leave a link below to the February budget planner that you can download if you want to. I do recommend that if you want to get better with your finances, then tracking your spending habits is the first thing that you should do. Whether that's pen and paper like I do, or a spreadsheet or an app, one of the easiest things to see where all your money is going is by writing stuff down. And I absolutely love mine. And this system, so the budget planner combined with the cash envelope system that I use, and again I'll leave another link below to the last video about that. Those combined have absolutely transformed our finances for the better. Anyway, let's get started. So I've turned to February's page. So the first page you get in this is an overview of the month. I quite like to write our bills on here, and if you've seen these videos before you will know that I actually have some stickers that do that for me. So because the first of the month is when our mortgage normally goes out, I need to now change that because it's on a Saturday. Obviously it won't go out on a Saturday, so it will go out on Monday the 3rd instead. I've just got a little house sticker for that. I really like these. So on the 3rd of February our mortgage will go out, that's what that means. And then I've got a little one as well that says council tax. Again, these are from this little Etsy shop that I love, Happy Cutie Studio. These say council tax on there, if you can see that. Yeah. So mortgage and council tax both go out on the 3rd. Like I say, they would normally go on the 1st, but because it's a Saturday, it just changes slightly. The water bill goes out. I've got another one for that, look. Water bill goes out on the 8th, which is also a Saturday. So that will go out on the 10th. They just change them, so although does it because it's a standing order, no, that'll still go out on the 8th. So water bill is on the 8th. Then we pay gas and electricity at the same time. It's a dual fuel bill. Well, that's a mouthful. That goes out on the 21st, which is a Friday, down there. Oh. And then I get paid, little payday sticker. I get paid on the 25th of the month, which in February is a Tuesday. So that's how the overview looks for that. Obviously if you have lots more kind of direct debits and bills, that would be more filled in. You might have subscriptions, so you might pay something like Netflix on each day every month, on a day each month even, things like that. But that's a good thing to have, as an overview of your bills is really handy to have. And also if you want to, because you can do this, you can make it so all your bills come out on the same day, and if you're trying to budget better, that might be a good idea. So the next page in the budget planner is the monthly budget. So I'm just going to zoom you in slightly. So I'm going to type in, I'm not going to type in, I'm going to write in our variable expenses here. So the first one is food. And I'm going to plan £250 for our food budget for this month. That should be enough for a family of 4 for us. Petrol is going to stay at £150. Miscellaneous is £100. And children, you've got 2 young children, is also £100. So there are 4, because don't forget we're doing a no spend year this year, so we would normally have more variable expense categories, and you might as well. There's lots of room to put these in here. But we now only have 4. It used to have 6. They used to be eating out and clothes, but both of those categories for this year are at 0, so I'm not even going to bother putting them on here at the moment, because they just, if I follow the rules, they shouldn't need to be on there at any point. So food is £250, petrol I'm going to leave at £150, miscellaneous is £100, so that's kind of household things, we've got cats as well, things like that, and then children £100. So that's that bit. Turning over now, thankfully, I'll just zoom out slightly, I don't need to use this in the budget planner, this page, thankfully, but you do get a debt repayment plan page. So if you need to use this, you can list the debts you have and any extra payments, and then there's a starting balance and ending balance for the month. Again, something just to track and hopefully motivate you to maybe pay off some more if you can. Sinking fund tracker, I've got a new video come up. It'll either be on Friday or maybe next week about my new sinking funds. I'm really excited to start using those properly. It's been a long time coming. Now the no spend day tracker that you get with the planner is this one. But if you're part of my no spend month group on Facebook, which obviously I am, I can move that out of the way. This is the February one. It's just slightly different. It's just a bit. So for no spend days for February, I'm going to aim for 18. And I'll use the same colours. If I just flick back to January briefly, you can see this is what it looks like when it's kind of filled in. So that was January's. I've used 2 different colours. So yes is yellow and purple is no. I'll probably use the same colours for this month just because they're quite contrasting, so it looks better. And I'm aiming for 18. Obviously February is a slightly shorter month, although it's a leap year this year, so there's 1 extra day. But I'm hoping for 18, and we'll see. Then there's the expense tracker, so that's where I list all of the expenses throughout the month, and I colour code the category for variable expenses, because obviously everything else is kind of a fixed expense and that goes out. I have 4 variable expense categories and they get a colour each. Again, because at a glance, if I go back to January, at a glance you can see really clearly which areas you're spending the most money in, and I really like the colour code system. So there's 3 pages for expense tracker. Hopefully I won't need to use all those, but we'll see. And we'll turn over. Then the weekly check-in, so that's kind of, again, on the variable expenses, just checking in to see if how you're doing with your budget, and more importantly, how much money you might have left at the end, so how much have you got left in your food budget, how much have you got left in the petrol budget, or whatever your variable categories are. I find that really useful, especially when I'm getting to the point where it looks like I might go over. It makes me think about, do I really need to buy that now or can it wait, that kind of thing. Bill tracker, so that's if you want to write down all your kind of standing orders. I use the calendar page at the front for that, but that can also be used for that. Extra income, so this is if you make any income on, say, like eBay or Facebook, or I don't know, anything where you kind of get something extra to what you do as your day job. You might do surveys online. There's lots of different options now to make money online, and that's to track that. So it says date, transaction, where, so say eBay, amount, and then a running total, so you can keep a running total for the month. That was really useful, and I did my October money making challenge because I like to see the total go up. So our savings aim for February. So this is 100 squares, so you colour it in as you go along. So our savings goal for February is £700. It's going to be the same every month through there. So 1 square equals £7. And again, I like the colouring aspect. I like the motivational part of seeing that filled in. This is what January's look like, for example, because I've done that. I've done my savings. Hopefully February's will look exactly the same, but you never know. And then the last page in the planner, and almost in some ways the most important, is the February reflection page. So here you write in your variable expense categories what you initially budgeted them to be, or what you hope you'd be, how much you eventually spent, and that you can work that out from your either the weekly one or just the expense trackers, and the important column, the difference. So have you stayed within your budget, your hoped budget, or have you gone over, and how much by? And then the things to do differently in March is just a place to reflect on. Maybe you might change your meal planning system, or you might change what you do on a weekend, or depending on how your finances are looking, you might decide to totally change up everything. Or it says things to do differently, but actually you might think, well, it's working really well, I'm going to try and do exactly the same. This space here is just to make some notes on the next month ahead, just so that you can keep them on track, so to speak. So that's the budget planner for February. That's my budget planner done. Like I said, I'll leave a link to this below. You can download this. I do recommend trying this out. It's been so helpful in terms of our spending and our kind of looking at spending triggers, I suppose, and looking at where the patterns in spending and the no spend day tracker will help with that. Sinking funds, yeah, like I said, I've got a video coming up about that, which I'm quite excited about. There's a no spend tracker. I'll leave a link to the Facebook group below where you can get that, because you can that's just a free PDF within that. And yeah, that's the budget for this month, for February. And we'll see how it goes. I think once the novelty of a new year has gone off, so in January for example, it starts to become a bit more difficult. Maybe those little spends keep creeping in, but I'm hoping it won't during February, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, don't forget to like this video. Thanks for joining me again, and I will see you very soon. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.